welcome to part 25, part 2, right? Wayncast 25. By the way, I want to find another word other than Wayncast, right? Because I know some people think it's just a pretentious thing, so I can get my name across. I don't need it, right? To be blunt, to the some people who have been sending me emails, I do not need to get my name across. It does not interest me. If I wanted to, I would be pushing all over the net. Like the 4 DVDs I've recorded so far, with a lot more in the works for later in the year, the book that's coming out, the millions of bloody articles I write all the time, both on 3D and outside of it, but I don't, right? That's just what I do. It's, it's something I do as a hobby to me in 3D, right? But I want to think of another name. Now please bear in mind that lately I'm sleeping 2.5 hours a night. I've still got the headache from last week. Had it continuous day and night, right? So I've got to go and see a doctor about that. So I'm not in the world's best mood, and I do not have much of a sense of humour this week. So keep any sort of funny titles for the Waynecasts to yourselves. I'm not being nasty, but I really cannot be arsed. But yeah, so I wanted to discuss about a lot of stuff to do with 3D itself as an art form, and basically as 3D way it goes. Now, it's known, people know that if you want to reach the heights, the very heights, the topmost of Everest of 3D, you've got to play the game, right? It's no different to working in a large corporation. Don't play the game, you don't get promoted. Now, I don't play the game. Never have and never will. I don't play games, right? I do what I do. People like it or they don't like it. They like me or they don't like me. I'm not about to pretend to be something I'm not. And in fact, it would be a lot better for the industry if everybody was just who they were and said what they felt. Now, the industry knows those people that know of me, which isn't a massive amount. If you don't do ZBrush or digital sculpting, you don't know who I am. Now, they know that I speak the truth, alright? As I see it. Doesn't necessarily mean it's right. It means that I think it's right. I won't say that I like something if I don't. If something's wrong and I think it's an injustice, I will speak out, and have done in the past, even at the cost sometimes of my career for a few months. But it doesn't mean I'm not going to do it again. Somebody does something wrong, I'm not going to close my mouth and turn my head away like many do. I am me. The same as you are you. So I would urge everybody to speak their mind. If you don't like something, say it, because if you don't tell people, how are they supposed to know? And it's wrong of anybody, whether it be a company, an individual, a manufacturer of software, somebody working for a client. If you do not tell them the truth, then they start thinking they're doing right. And they think that when people do say something's wrong, that they're just, the odd person out. Alright? We've seen it many times. So what I would say is be yourself. The world of 3D is populated by a lot of young males, because it's a young man's game. I'm 37, I'm fast approaching the door of 40, knocking on it heavily with my fists and waiting for the door to be answered, right? Which means I'm officially in the world of 3D, past it, right? If I'm not already. In the eyes of some of these young 20 and 25 year olds, little whippersnappers. Now, you've got lots of men and a few women. Now, wherever you get anything, any sort of profession where there's lots of men and only a few women, the women are always better in percentage per head to the men. Why is that? I haven't got a bloody clue. My guess would be because a woman has the ability to focus sometimes a lot more than a man can, right? When they want something, they would go and get it. Where with men, we have a nasty habit of getting sidetracked with visits to the pub and going to see bands and going to see our mates or watching sport or whatever it is that you're bloody interested in. I don't do a lot of those things. Maybe that makes me a woman. I don't know, right? Nope, still not a woman. So we need to get rid of this digital ego that is infecting the industry. Because we now have more people in jobs, which wasn't the case just 2 years ago, people are starting to realise that just going to somewhere like, say, a Vancouver Film School or even somewhere like TSA University doesn't guarantee you a job anymore, right? You could spend tens of thousands of pounds and end up tens of thousands of pounds out of pocket and never even get into a firm in your life. People panic, and when people panic, they start getting angry. They start saying, well, I'm better than you, and start thinking that if they do this sort of aggressive posing and telling the world how fantastic they are, or loading the question, if you know what I mean, It's very easy to load a question so that somebody will tell say back to you what you want. Everybody knows how to do that. We need to remember that it goes back to telling the truth. I do not claim to be the best. Never have done, never will do. I want to be the best, the same as every other person in the bloody industry. And anybody who says they don't, are lying. We all want to be the best, right? Let's take it as read. But I don't go around saying I'm better than anybody else. I do these just as I've explained before, not to like promote me, because there's only about 30 or 40 people watch these bloody things. So it'll be a massive waste of time for that. What it does do is for the people that are interested, hunt them out and want to know my side of the industry, what I think of it. That'll do the job, you know. Maybe it helps. And sometimes I rattle about other stuff. I've only had 5 minutes of this taken up. You notice I haven't had a cigarette in this one, have I? Great, innit? Had one before, and that's why. So I've been juggling this bloody bottle, which is lovely and cool, by the way. I'm not sweating. Look, it's the first time I've been sweating in this weather for years. So, I was explaining that I posted 2 bits of artwork right within 2 days this week. I did just record this done before, but it went 11 minutes, so I've got to jump that. Basically, what I did is I did a Centaurian from Doctor Who, just a quick sketch. And the reason I did it was because it was such a good design that every time I was doing something, even just as a mess around, it was turning out to look like a bloody Centaurian. Right? Excellent design. If you haven't seen Series 4 of Doctor Who, look for the Centaurian Stratagem and the Poison Sky, probably the best 2-parter they've ever done in the new series. Very good designs. So that's why I did it. Now I knew when I posted it that it was a bit ropey, right? But it had a reason, because I knew that my little stalker was there knocking around, and yes, I do know who you are, you know what I mean? I'm not an idiot. Because this person is the only person on places like Zebra Central when, you know, these stars are being given out, you know. So I put it up, knowing that I already had the big red guy with the teeth, you know, the leeches I called, hanging out on my hard drive. Finished, right? It's done. So I put this one as an avatar on my MSN and on my Skype, because I know this person is on MSN, alright? I know they are, and I know they're there, and they know that I know, alright? So I thought, well, I'll put this on, because they'll notice by now that when I put it as an avatar, that usually means an hour or so later, I'm going to put it up as a model, right? On Zebra Central, and on Sub D, and Council.org, and etc, right? So they were waiting for this one, and of course, in a matter of 2 minutes, bang, 1 star. Which, the others I wasn't really too asked, because it wasn't a very good model anyway. Yeah, I've improved it since then, but it was meant only to prove a point. And that was that, yes, I do have a stalker. For whatever reason, has decided that they don't like me, and they think they can stop me in some way, shape or form. You can't, because I'm not interested in the things you're interested in. I'm not interested in, you know, being some big uber famous dude, you know. I just want to help people and do what I do. People don't like that, that's their bloody problem, not mine. So this guy didn't realise, right, that the red guy was finished. So didn't spot it when I put it up in the random musings thread for a while, you see. Because I was tempted to give it its own thread, but I knew what would happen. You know, let's put it this way. If you're a 3D artist and you visit Zebra Central, when was the last time you looked at a thread that had 1 star? This is the reason I think this person does it, to try and bury my artwork. Now, there are artists out there that are miles better than me. There are artists out there that are miles worse than me. You know, even if you took the world's best digital artists, whoever that may be, look at the traditional art world and they're not even racing, right? So it's all a bit academic, really. But it does get to the point where it is disheartening, not to me about that event, but about the industry as a whole. It is time we all bloody grew up and started behaving like adults, and stop just thinking that you can get rid of somebody that you see as your competition. I'm nobody's competition. I work freelance. The jobs I work on, many of these guys couldn't do. Not because they don't have the skills as a sculptor, get rid of that bloody bee, but rather, what a 4 bees by the way, but rather because they don't work fast enough. People come to me, they want it fast, they want it yesterday. And I'm one of the few people in the industry that can do it. It's simple as that. That's why I make money. So if these people had my job, they couldn't do it. I found a niche, right? And that's what you've got to find. You want to be successful in 3D now? Find your niche. See how long I've got. Time to go, I think. So, I'll see you all in Wayncast 26. Before much longer, I'll be approaching 100 YouTube videos. So, we'll see you at that sort of event, and I might even do a special one from when it's the 100th. See you all next time. Have a nice time in this wonderful weather. Bye bye.